Hey y'all, my name's Taylor. I am a part of the Booksy Babes YouTube group. I am just going to kind of introduce myself in this video and talk about my reading journey. So let's go, let's get into it. I started reading in middle school. I used to read a lot of dystopian, like Hunger Games, Divergent. Those were my favorite of all time. I love those. In junior high, I kind of really got into junior high and high school, Wattpad, Archives of Our Own, fan fiction, shorts, romance stories, things like that were quick and I could read them kind of on my phone at any time. Those have a special place in my heart. After, in junior high and high school, I read those so many times. After by Anna Todd, I was obsessed. And that was back when it had One Direction's name still in them, and they were straight from her writing them to Wattpad. So good. The books are a little the written books or printed books are a little bit different these days, but yeah, those were the shit. I loved them. Let's see. So in college, up until now, I've kind of been trying to get more into different genres of books. And I feel like I read a good mix of things last year in 2023. Definitely my favorite book was a thriller, surprisingly. I do read a lot of romance, so it did really surprise me. The Housemaid by Frida McFadden or Fourth Wing. Those had my heart. Actually, those were so good. I absolutely loved them, ate them up. The Housemaid, it caught your attention so good. I could not put the book down. I read it on my Kindle. It was the best. If you haven't read it, highly recommend. I also read her book Never Lie, which was really, really good. I just think her writing is it just holds you. It grabs your attention and you just can't put the book down, which that is the point of reading, I feel like just to get that urge to read, I guess. So those were definitely my faves. I'll kind of try to put a picture right here of one. And then A Court of Thorns and Roses, current read. I did listen to this last year in February of 2023. I feel listening to it, you kind of miss things and you can't, for me at least, I can't exactly picture things the right way because I'll miss something. And then it just feels like you're missing all these important things when you might not be, but reading it and actually having your eyes on the page, reading it, I can picture things better. So I did buy all of these. I listened to the first and second one. I did not read the other three. So hoping to get those done this year and read Crescent City and Done Class. So fingers crossed. I am a mood reader, which could be a con, could be a pro, who knows. I think of it as one of my faults, but again, I am reading what I love, so is it really a fault? Last year I went through a phase where I just bought. I went crazy at Target and Barnes & Noble, just buying books. Whenever I was there, I couldn't stop myself from buying them. So I do have 2 full shelves with over 150 physical books on them. But, I'll get to them. When I bought them, I was like, I will read these one day. There's no way they're going to sit there on the shelves and not get read. I'm going to read them. So I wrote them all down on pieces of paper, folded them up, put them in a little, you can kind of see it, it's like a candle jar. Put them in there, and when I finish a book, normally I unless I have something that I'm reading immediately after the book that I'm reading, I won't go into the jar, but most of the time I will. So the fault I have is I'll pick a book and I'll open it and be like, I don't really want to read this right now. fold it back up, put it back. Like, I definitely am a mood reader. I'll pick a piece of paper until I get something that I want to read, which is kind of bad, but hey, like I said, I'm reading what I want to read, and I'm getting through the TBR at the same time. So, yeah. Like, the last time I did it, I picked Fairy Tale by Stephen King, and I was like, no, I'm not reading that right now. So I kept picking till I got a fluffy romance, and that's fine. But yeah, so if you couldn't tell, a fluffy romance rom-com, those are my top reads. Like, I love romance. I just love love, you know? And, like, especially if it's smutty, I'm reading it. Also, I read not a lot, but I did read a few dark romance books last year that the Booksy Babes had actually recommended. I read Haunting Adeline, which they told me to read multiple times. And when I did finally read it, I fell in love. Like, I thought it was so good. Definitely check the trigger warnings on that, but so good. Zayd, one of the best book boyfriends. Just saying. I read Den of Vipers, loved. I read The Ritual, which was really, really good. I haven't read the rest of that series, but hoping to this year, maybe. I want to buy them, of course, even though I don't need to, but I probably will. Let's be real. Yeah, so I read a lot of genres, and I bought a lot of genres because I just feel like I don't want to stick to one thing. Yes, I have my comfort genre, but I kind of want to branch out this year. I want to read more genres. I want to spread out the love, you know? So I did buy a lot of, like, mysteries, and then there's more fantasy. I haven't really read a bunch of fantasy. Like, ACOTAR was probably my first fantasy book last year, to be honest. And I only have, like, probably less than 100 pages left. Thank God. But yeah, so that's just a little bit about me. If you have any book recommendations, like, just comment a book that you're obsessed with, because I will probably buy it and I'll get to it, you know? There's never enough book recommendations. I could sit here all day and do that, because I think I've read a lot in my life so far, and I'm only 23. So there's only more reading I can do from here, you know? So if you like this video, just subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends. We need to grow this community because reading is just the best, and having book friends is lovely, because Steph, Lexi, Summer, Delaney, they all brought me into their little group, and I have had a blast being friends with them. Like, I love them to death, and it's just some of our conversations and lives, they're so good, they're so funny, and I love them. So yeah, if you want to be a part of this community, just like, share, comment. We love you.